Have you ever felt like you're doing all the right things for your gut health? Maybe you're taking probiotics and you're eating healthy. Maybe you've cut out gluten, but you're still dealing with regular flare-ups and you're maybe having bloating and brain fog, or you're just feeling exhausted all the time. If this sounds familiar to you, then I promise you're not alone. There is just so much information out there about gut healing. And the problem is, if you don't know what actually works, it's really easy for you to waste time and money and energy on all of the things that won't actually get you the relief that you're looking for. So I'm so excited because what we're going to do today is bust some of the biggest myths about gut health, because honestly, understanding the truth is the first step that you need to take towards healing. And by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly what to stop focusing on and what actually works when it comes to calming your gut and reducing your autoimmune flare-ups. And if you haven't already watched my videos, The Truth About Your Gut and Autoimmune Flare-Ups, and 3 Simple Steps to Calm Your Gut and Stop Flare-Ups, please be sure to check those out. They'll give you a strong foundation for what we're going to be diving into today. Okay, let's get into it. So myth number 1 is that leaky gut is not real. There is so much skepticism around leaky gut, and even in the medical world. Some doctors claim that it's just a fad or that it's just a made-up internet diagnosis, but the reality is that leaky gut, which is called increased intestinal permeability in the scientific community, is a well-documented phenomenon in scientific research. So leaky gut happens when your gut lining is damaged, and it allows things like undigested food particles and bacteria and toxins to leak into your bloodstream. And when your immune system detects these foreign invaders where they really shouldn't be, this triggers an immune response and inflammation. And over time, this chronic immune activation can contribute to or worsen your autoimmune disease. Studies have even shown that people with conditions like rheumatoid arthritis, Hashimoto's, and lupus often have a compromised gut barrier. So if your doctor is telling you that your labs look normal, but you're still dealing with unexplained symptoms, I think that your gut could be playing a much bigger role than you realize. Myth number 2 is that autoimmune flare-ups are inevitable and they just happen when you have an autoimmune disease. Now, if you've ever been told that there's nothing you can do, that flare-ups just come and go when you have an autoimmune disease, and there's really nothing that you can do to change that, I want you to know right now that that is not true. So yes, autoimmune diseases are definitely complex, and flare-ups can feel unpredictable, but the reality is that your gut health plays a major role in whether or not you experience frequent flare-ups. And research shows that leaky gut and an imbalanced gut microbiome are 2 of the biggest triggers when it comes to autoimmune disease and flare-ups. Now, when the gut lining is compromised, like we talked about before, and toxins and bacteria and undigested food particles escape into your bloodstream, this triggers an immune response and inflammation that can set off a flare-up. But the good news here is that you can take charge of your flare-ups. By healing your gut, maintaining a balanced microbial environment, and addressing key lifestyle factors like stress and sleep and nutrition, you can actually drastically reduce the frequency and intensity of your autoimmune symptoms. Autoimmune flare-ups are not just random. They have triggers. And when you understand those triggers and you take the right steps, you don't have to feel like you're constantly at the mercy of your disease. Now, myth number 3 is that probiotics alone can fix your gut. Now, I'm a big fan of strategic probiotics, but the truth is that probiotics are often marketed to us as the ultimate gut fix. And while they can be very helpful, they're not a magic pill, and they need to be used in a strategic way. So if your gut is inflamed, or if you're eating foods that trigger your immune system, or if your gut lining is damaged, throwing probiotics at the problem is not going to be enough, right? So you wouldn't try to plant flowers in dry, cracked soil and expect them to thrive, right? You need to nourish and repair the foundation first. And when it comes to our body, that means we need to remove the inflammatory foods and support gut repair with things like bone broth and collagen, and managing our stress and making sure that we're getting the essential nutrients that we need. And this is why a whole body approach is key, and we shouldn't just be relying on a trendy supplement. So if you've ever fallen for this myth, because let's be honest, I think we all have, I want you to let me know in the comments. Just type guilty so I know that I'm not alone. Myth number 4 is that leaky gut only affects our digestion. A lot of people assume that if they don't have gas, if they are not bloated, if they don't have stomach pain, then their gut must be fine. They don't have leaky gut. But the truth is that the gut does so much more than just digest your food. It's directly connected to your immune system and to your brain and to your hormones. And in fact, many people with leaky gut don't actually have obvious digestive symptoms at all. So they might be struggling with things like chronic fatigue, maybe joint pain, brain fog, and even skin conditions like acne or eczema. So if you feel like you've been kind of chasing solutions for symptoms that just won't go away, but you haven't addressed your gut health, then that could be the missing piece. And I want you to know that gut healing isn't just about digestion, it's all about reducing inflammation in your entire body. The final myth that I want to talk about today, myth number 5, is that gut healing is only about food. Now we all know, hopefully if you watch this channel, that diet plays a big role in gut health, but food alone will not fix everything. Yes, that's what I just said. Food alone will not fix everything. So what I mean by this is if you're only focusing on what's on your plate and you're ignoring some other key factors like stress and sleep and toxin exposure, then you're missing a big part of the picture. And here's why. This is because stress alone can actually trigger leaky gut. It's a big trigger for leaky gut because when you're constantly in the state of fight or flight, your body releases a hormone called cortisol, and cortisol weakens your gut lining and disrupts your gut microbiome. And poor sleep actually does the same thing. Poor sleep makes your gut more permeable. It can really compromise your gut barrier, and that increases inflammation. And I don't want you to forget about environmental toxins. That's another factor. So I'm talking about things like pesticides and plastics, and even certain medications can compromise your gut barrier over time. So this is, again, why a whole body approach is so important here. Healing your gut means looking beyond just food and making sure that your lifestyle supports your body's ability to repair and thrive. So if you've only been focusing on your diet, but you're not seeing results, this might be the reason why. So if you're watching this video and you're like, oh my gosh, I have to do something, and you're ready to take some first steps towards healing your gut without feeling overwhelmed, I've got something for you. My Leaky Gut Clean Start program is a self-guided approach that's going to help you jumpstart your gut healing. And the best part of this program is that it's under $50 and it's a really, really great program. And actually, here's something even better. If you go in the description box below and get my free Autoimmune Harmony Roadmap, you're going to get a special discount on the Leaky Gut Clean Start program. So make sure you go into the description box below and click on the link to get my free Autoimmune Harmony Roadmap, and you'll get that discount. So despite all of these popular myths, the truth is that you have way more control over your autoimmune flare-ups than you might think. And that's kind of the big takeaway that I want you to have from this video and from this series, is that you do have control over your autoimmune flare-ups. And healing your leaky gut is one of the most powerful steps that you can take to calm your inflammation and start regaining your energy and feel like yourself again. So now that we've busted these gut health myths, I want to hear from you. Which of these myths surprised you the most? Drop it in the comments below. I read every single one, and I would really love to hear what you think about this. Next week, I'm going to be sharing some inspiring stories from women just like you. These are women who actually took the steps to heal their gut and calm their autoimmune flare-ups, and they saw a huge shift in how they were feeling. You won't want to miss this video. I think that it might give you the inspiration that you need to get you started on your journey. So make sure that you're subscribed and hit the notifications bell so that you don't miss that video. Take care of your gut, and I will see you in the next video.